The great yellow sun is reflecting in your deep blue eyes. The day has begun. You spin around, you laugh to yourself. And I see you shine in every color, resting your head in my arms. You sing la la la. Laughing all day. We spin around, your hand reaches mine. Feels like I can't do anything. Just give me a mountain to climb. You sing la 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 la. My God, I think I might be in love. Get rid of all your sorrows in the summer city. You'll never feel alone.
Good morning. Good morning. Welcome. How are you doing today? I'm here. Oh man, last week was rough. Um, if you were here last week, you knew I had started getting sick. I caught the super germs from the little grandbabies and took me down the whole week. Took me down the entire week. Hi T, welcome my friend. So I was basically in bed after the live last Monday. I went to bed and I was basically in bed Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all day. Like I did not leave my room. Um, my kids made sure I ate. They brought me food, which I really wasn't hungry, so I wasn't eating much. Um, Finally got some antibiotics, but of course those make me sick to my stomach. It's just a whole thing. So Friday, I started to feel a little bit better. So, what do I do? Instead of saying, okay, I'm starting to feel better, let me rest one more day. No, I start to do all the things that were running through my brain that needed to be done, doing laundry, clearing up some of the stuff in the craft room, going through de-stash items, cleaning up the kitchen, all the things. So by, I want to say around 1 on Friday, I was done again. So I was down again for the whole weekend. Saturday and Sunday, I was of no use to anyone. Um, did go with my granddaughter on Sunday, though, the oldest, to buy her first car. She did it, guys. She did it all on her own. She bought her very first car. It was the kind of car she wanted, which was great. An older car, not a new car, but it worked for her, get her to work and back. Um, and we were so proud of her. She saved up her down payment. She got her own insurance. She got her own loan to buy the car. So she did it all on her own. And she's 18, guys. So very proud of her. She wanted to do things on her own. She wanted to prove that she could do it. So she did. So yesterday, by the time we were done, because you know how long car shopping takes, even if you have a check in hand, which she did, it takes forever. So we were there, and actually, it wasn't horrible. We were there about 2.5 hours, which I guess in the grand scheme of things of buying cars isn't horrible. So she got her car. Um, she drove home. We followed her home because she had been borrowing one of our cars. And so we picked up our car, brought it back home, and she's so excited. She texts me, "I'm so happy, Grandma. Thank you for your support. Can't believe it. I have my car." You know, all the excitement, all the fun stuff. So when we got home, I kind of just rested because I didn't want to cancel this morning's live. Oh, it's so stressful. I know. Um, it's you never know what you're gonna get. And she did her homework though. She checked the Carfax and she made sure it didn't have an exorbitant amount of miles and she did her homework. So this car had only had one owner, had really only driven city miles within the city limits. You could see all the maintenance records. It had been taken care of, oil changes regularly, so forth. So she did her homework. So hopefully the car serves her well until it completely dies and she can buy a brand new one at that point, hopefully. Um, so we're excited for her. Now we can get, that's two grandkids with cars now because we helped my oldest daughter's daughter uh, buy a used car um, last year. Yeah, last year. She got it for her, no, this year. She got it for her birthday this year, so in March. And then now her other daughter is taking a class to get her license, which is funny because her second oldest got her license first. The oldest didn't want to get her license. She was like, nope, nope. My sister can just drive me around. And I was like, that's not going to work because you're going to graduate high school first and you're going to need a car to get to where you're going, to go to school, to go to work. So she's realized that now that she's graduated from high school and she's studying to take her test. But then we got to look at getting her a car. So how do you manage without a see in California there is no managing without a car. Public transportation here is not the best, and it would take because my granddaughter did it to go to work, but it would take her 2 hours on the bus to get to work in a what would be a 10-minute drive. So yeah, no, and we have a trolley, we have buses, but it's not feasible. For at least not for Southern California. I mean, if you're anywhere in San Diego or LA, Orange County, you have to have a car. So, yeah, it's a car. Oh, welcome, my friend. How are you doing? Oh, see, that's great. If you live in a small enough town that you can kind of just walk to where you need to go, that's great. You kind of got to drive to everywhere you're going to go here in San Diego. There's no, unless you live in downtown and work in downtown, then yeah, you can like walk to wherever you're going to go. But we don't live downtown, and I don't want to live downtown. So today, give me a second, guys. I'm going to have a coughing fit. I am feeling better, but I am still coughing. So, and my mom says she called me yesterday because I won't go visit her. So I haven't seen my mom in over a week, guys, because I won't go visit her and share my germs. She's 90 and I don't need her getting sick. So she called me yesterday. She said, I just want to make sure you were still alive. And I said, Mom, I text my sister and told her to tell you, yeah, but I wanted to hear your voice. So I said, okay. So we talked for a bit and I assured her that I would be over to see her sometime this week as soon as I um, felt like I wasn't contagious anymore. Hi, friend. Welcome. So I decided, I was figuring out this morning, okay, we didn't decide what we were going to do today. And I thought, let me see, what do I have out on my desk that I can just play with? And I have this Really Dig You kit that I got from Left from Lizzie. Afterwards, I'll put a link to it because I didn't know till 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes before what I was going to play with. So what I decided to do was use this large image here. This it's like a shed, a gardening shed. I don't know what you want to call it, but I thought I could use that to make kind of a smaller card. So I did a bunch of my die cutting and stamping beforehand to kind of figure out what I want to do. And at first, I was just going to put this on an A2 card, but then I thought, wouldn't it be cute if this was the card itself? So that's what I decided to do. Welcome, my friend. So I stamped the stamp on this one, and then I kind of scored and folded one side of it, so that's going to be where the card folds. And then I stamped on some of the pattern paper I had, because I'm going to do some coloring, but also some paper piecing. So I did that. What I forgot to grab was a blending brush, but let me grab one. Excuse me, because I'll probably do some ink blending around the edges there. And then I didn't stamp in black. I thought, we're doing kind of gardening, so I used some of my dark chocolate Gina K ink to do my stamping, and that's what I'll use probably to do my ink blending. Make sure I've got everybody in the chat. Okay, so let me start. Just get right into putting this together somehow. But I'm going to do ink blending around. So I stamped on this piece of pattern paper, so that would be my door. A little bit of different colors. Although I know sheds are usually just really drab and one color, but I thought, no, it doesn't have to be drab. Then I could paper piece that onto here, right? And I'm still working on words are going to be hard this morning, guys. I'm on my last day of antibiotics, and cough medicines, and that makes you kind of groggy, I guess. So I'm still working on getting my craft room organized. That's probably going to take me a bit, but I did manage to, when I had my burst of energy on Friday, to go through more of my goodies to destash. So I'm getting there. I've got 1, 2, 3. I think I have about eight boxes full of stuff: pattern paper, stamps, dies, embellishments. You name it. I'm destashing it. So I'm working on that. The plan is to have them ready by to show you guys, and I'll kind of just do an overview of the boxes. That way you can see a general idea of what's in each of them. But the plan is to have that done at the end of July. So right now, what I did first is to sort everything. Not sort, just put everything in boxes. So as I was grabbing stuff, I had one box to keep and one box to destash. And so I was just throwing stuff in the destash just as fast as I could. So I did that, and then I'll go through them later and kind of sort them out. So maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, common theme or something to them. Okay, put that on there. But I'm very proud of myself for letting things go. I think sometimes in the beginning when you're crafting, you don't want to let anything go because you think, oh, I'll never have enough stuff. I'll need to buy it again if I get rid of it. But like I'm okay at going through and sorting in my household pretty good. Like, and I tell my mother-in-law the rule of thumb is if you haven't used it in a year, you're not going to use it. Like if you've gone through all the seasons and you haven't used it and you probably didn't even know it was there, you're not going to use it. So that's what I've been kind of doing. I'm looking at stuff and thinking, yeah, hair car is definitely a necessity. Like one summer, when was it? I had the grandkids here, the older ones, and they were like, "Grandma, can we go to 7-Eleven and get some goodies?" And I was like, "Well, let's walk there, guys," because it was during COVID times, I think, and they were still doing homeschool. So I thought, you know what, this will be their PE because they were doing it here since mom had to work. And so I said, let's walk there. Oh my goodness, I was exhausted by the time we were done. I was so tired. It it's like a 2-minute drive from my house, but walking there because you have to go around the houses and it was not a good idea. That was a mistake. They were they were tired, but once we got there and they got a Slurpee and they got I don't know, junk food basically. Um, Once we did that, they were fine. On the walk home, we kind of sat for a minute before we walked back home, but then we did, and they were okay with it. And they'll laugh about it now. They're like, "Remember when we walked to 7-Eleven, you guys?" And it's funny to hear them like reminiscing. Um, Yesterday, the oldest, as we were driving to go look at the car, her sister went with us. So her sister's 12 now, and so that granddaughter was sharing about her summer plans with her friends. And so the oldest was saying, "Remember, Grandma, when the three of us, meaning the three older girls, would just like make up songs and do a show for you and Grandpa, and we would sit in the living room, and you guys would just watch us sing and dance, whatever we had made up." And I was like, "I do remember that, and that was loads of fun." And the 12-year-old was like, "You just sat them and they just watched you?" She's like, "Yeah." And we did. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. So, hearing them reminisce on those kind of memories, it does my heart good. I'm gonna put some score tape on this side so it holds well. If I could find it. I had taken out the narrow one, but I don't know what I did with my narrow one now. Let me look for another one. But it was, yeah, it makes me so happy when I hear them, remember when we did this, Grandma, and remember when we, went here or went on this trip. So that makes me happy because to me, the memories are so important. I think um, I didn't do enough of that stuff with my kids. When it's your kids, you're so busy just trying to get through life, you sometimes neglect that fun stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, they had some fun stuff. We did take them to Disneyland a lot. But those memories are priceless. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna take the front of the card there. Let's see here. There we go. Then I can attach these. Nails don't let me half the time. Attach those. What did I do with my bone folder? Oh, and then I also, like I said, I had a burst of energy on Friday, cut and scored a bunch of card bases because I was out of white top folding card bases. And I just thought, well, while I'm at it, let me just do all these. And I did a bunch of them. So see, it'll open like that. All right, now, I also thought, wouldn't it be cute to fussy cut like this little ladder and planter out and sit it in the front here. So I think I'm going to do that. These are just scraps of patterned paper from previous projects I made. What does that say there? That little sign says herbs. I'm just going to cut pretty straight through the ladder. I'm not going to try and cut around the whole thing. But yeah, that was fun. And I was so, I tell my husband, aren't we blessed? Weren't we honored to be a part of that so important moment for our granddaughter? Like we're lucky that we're able to be a part of a lot of the important parts of their lives. Like I don't know how people do it when your grandbabies live so far away. I think I might lose my mind because I am very spoiled. All my grandbabies are here. All of them, all 10 of them. And they're close by, so it's never a far drive to get to see them. All right, let's see if I put that one here. Put it here, this side, and maybe on some foam tape. Get some more of those little foam dots I'm trying to use up from Dollar Tree, so that I don't have them just in my stash anymore. Missing anything? Yeah, they remember stuff. They're so good. I'm so lucky. I am T. I'm very lucky. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Yours are far away. My husband and I will remind each other, we're very blessed. We're very blessed because sometimes, when you're feeling like, why is like when my water heater died again a couple weeks ago, it was like, why do we have to deal with this? But then, when we think about it in the grand scheme of things, we're very lucky. We're very blessed. So we really shouldn't complain about things like that because we're fortunate enough to be able to fix things like that when they go wrong. So no complaining. I mean, I do tell my husband, but just let me complain for a minute and then you can remind me of how blessed we are. But he's good about that. And this morning, like every morning, he'll ask me if I won the lottery yet so he could stop working. It's like, nope, sorry, babe. Go to work. Although I would love to have him home. Okay, let's see if I can get these little papers off of here. I was watching Bitty Penny this morning. I woke up early to make my husband lunch. I didn't get up. That's another thing. I did not get up at all last week to make him lunch. Poor guy made himself lunch all week. And he's perfectly capable of doing it, but it's something I like to do for him. So I got up this morning to make him lunch, and it's at 3:30 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep. So I, of course, went on YouTube, was watching Bitty Penny, and, she was saying a lot of things about how a lot of YouTube, or at least crafty channels, I think people are getting a little burned out because it seems very salesy all the time. I don't know if I should put the sentiment up front. Well, we'll see. And then I was thinking I could put our little girl in here. Or should I put her on this side? No, I'll put her here. Right? I'll just have to color her in. And then I'll worry about the sentiment. But she was saying things like that, and it's like, yeah, I kind of feel that. I think a lot of people are feeling burnout right now, and it's hard. It's hard. Like I want to just craft. And I love being on design teams, don't get me wrong. But I do want to just craft for me for the fun of it. So I think I'm going to try and do more videos just for me. Not that I'm giving up, doing the design team ones, but, just for me videos, just playing, just, um, I don't know, just how I started when I first started my channel, just playing with what I have, using what I have. That's another thing. I'm trying not to buy anymore because I am destashing and just going with that. I see a lot of good ideas from other crafters and it's like, oh, I want to do that and I want to do that. I saw Beth, I think it's Bourbon Creek Crafts, and she did this video on doing card kits because she does craft fairs and such. And I don't do craft fairs yet. Like I said, I'm going to try and work up to that. And I thought, oh, what a good idea to do those card kits. I could do a bunch of those and just donate them to schools or senior centers just so that they have some crafty fun goodies to play with. And I'm playing with my Copics today, guys, which I haven't used in quite a while because I usually use my what are they? Spectrum Noir tri-blends. But I let my granddaughter use those yesterday, and I think she's still using them for a project she's working on. And I don't want to take them away from her stack of goodies that she's using. So I thought, well, I have Copics. Just get them out, use them, right? Okay. Let's see. What else? What am I missing? The two of yours live too. Oh, it is hard. Georgia, he turns 4. Oh, that's so hard. Like my grandbabies, the ones that lived here with me for 2 years, they moved out this year, and like I told you, the 4-year-old had me take a picture with him and then he gave it to me. He said, "Here, Grandma, so you don't forget me," because he's afraid I'm going to forget him. And I said, "Oh, love, Grandma will never forget you." And he's a 30-minute drive away, not that far, but to him, it's probably an eternity. Yeah, burnout is very real. And I think, and nothing against the companies. I mean, companies are great. In fact, it makes me sad to see companies going out of business. I thought I saw something. Um, where was it? I don't know. I thought I saw a post on Facebook that MFT was going out of business. I don't know how true that is. T, have you heard anything about that? I just don't know. Yeah, tons. Now, I don't want design teams to stop. Don't want them to stop. Yeah, it's a thing. It's a burnout. But I don't want the design teams to stop because I like seeing stuff like that. But um, sometimes, just sometimes, it's fun to see uh, crafters craft just for the fun of it and use what's in their stash. Like, let's use up what we have in our stash because we all have so much stuff. Like I'm like I told you, I filled up, I don't know if it's 8 or 10 boxes of crafty goodies, and it's just insanity how much stuff I have. And my husband's real good about, if I want to buy something, I'll buy it. I don't, sometimes I'll hum and haw. I have a hard time spending on me, I have no difficulty spending on my kids or my grandkids, none whatsoever. But when it comes to me, I hum and haw if it's something a little pricier, like when I bought my Empress and my mini Empress. He's like, "Do you want it? Just buy it. Quit second guessing yourself." So, he's good about that. But we're trying to be a little more cautious as we get closer to him retiring because, quite frankly, Social Security is um, not that much. So we'll see. I told him we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I think everyone learns to live within their means. So there will be a hit to our income, slight hit, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, what am I missing, guys? Made him a birthday card to match the theme. Oh, how cool. I try and do that. I try and make their cards to match if they have a theme birthday party, to match that. Oh, nice. I've got to start doing that. I really do. Okay. It is. It is closing down. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought I saw it somewhere, and it's like it's sad. It makes me sad, but I agree. I took on, and my husband scolds me because he says you always do this to yourself, and I took on way too much, and I enjoyed it, but yeah, I definitely need to slow down next year, and there's just no two ways about it because um, first of all, with any luck, my husband will retire next year, so he'll be home, and that means we'll be traveling more. So I'll need to have more time for just us. And then secondly is even if we're not traveling, oh no, I got that dirty. Even if we're not traveling, I do want to be able to just have more downtime and more just, I don't know, crafty fun time. Not necessarily recording a video, just crafting. Or even just crafting live. Like I have fun crafting live with you guys. That makes my heart. And you guys get to see all the goofy mess ups I do throughout my little live session. All right, what color do I want? The rain boots. Purple? Should I do a purple? Do purple. And no fancy coloring here, really. I'm not doing any shading to speak of. Find another purple. That was too dark. Whoops. Purple. My markers are all just in one bin, like Copics, so I have to dig through and that's one of the other things I'm gonna kind of sort through once I finish going through all my D-stash because I have Altenew alcohol markers, I have my Spectrum Noirs, I have Copics, so I want to first of all go through all my Copics and see which ones are dried up because I got a bunch of duds that within, I kid you not, a month they were dried up. So I don't know if the lids were cracked or I don't know what. They just were no good. So I have to go through all my markers and see what's what. So that'll be my next thing to do, I guess. All right, so if I put her, I could put her on the front. Should I put her on the front and then maybe don't let things bug you. Don't let things bug you. There's other sentiments in that stamp set, but I just stamped this one. Or I could do don't let things and then bug you on the inside, maybe. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to cough again. Yeah, you take a hit by going at 62. Um, and my husband and I have talked about that. And you're right. Who knows you're going to live that long? You don't know. My dad retired when he was 62, and his thought process was, hey, I want to get as much of my money back as I can because I don't know how long I'm going to live. And if I wait till I think for them, the age was 67 for full retirement. He says, what if I don't live to 67? Which he did. He lived to 87. But yeah, it's like, kind of have to gauge the benefit. Now, if you just simply can't afford to, well, yeah, I understand that. But I don't know if I want this little girl on the front of the card or on the inside of the card. Front or inside, guys? Oh, wow. I think at least when, so my brother-in-law is a year older than my husband, but he's medically, he's disabled. So I think the benefit if you retire on disability with Social Security is actually higher than if you just retire. So yeah, inside or outside, guys? Yeah, Chi, we're almost there. My car will be paid off at the end of this year. So um, that's that's the where the luck comes in with for us. I think I'm gonna use my Copic for a minute. Where's my brown? And we have rental property, although still reeling from the damages done by the last renter. I think I told you guys it was in the ballpark of $10,000 of damages. So not happy about that. And I did when we first got the estimate, I told my husband, "That's it, sell the house. Let's just sell it. I don't want to do this anymore." And he's like, "Nope, that's our extra income when I retire." I said, "Ugh, fine, fine, be that way." I mean, my car's not awfully old. We have an older car, which is the one my granddaughter was using, and that one's a 2007 Toyota, and Toyotas last forever. And we do have a very old car, but it's in wonderful condition. It's a 1999 Ford F-150, runs beautifully, and still it only has original miles like 140,000, and it's a 26-year-old truck. And then, yeah, my house is older, but it's mine. And if I were to sell here um, in San Diego, where am I going to move to? That's my whole thing. Where am I going to go? I'm not going to find anything here. Okay, we're putting her on the outside, guys. So I'm happy with my home. I like my home. Um, it's also, it's where everybody gathers for holidays, and it's the central location. And then I could maybe I don't put a sentiment. Maybe I save it to see who I give it to, and then I could stamp a sentiment on the inside, or use one of the emergency card kit sentiments from Sarah Liz. Maybe. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'm gonna save that sentiment. Let me see this other stuff I got in the kit though. There's some enamel dots, some ribbon. Could add a ribbon. Oh, I could add ribbon to her hair. Let's see. I'm gonna make a little bow. Not the color of her hair though. So I don't know. We're lucky too, having our home and our cars. And then my car is the newest one. My car's a 2018. Oh, it switches over. Okay, I didn't know that. So my brother-in-law is my husband's 60, so he's 61. So he'll be 62 next year. But yeah, he's on dialysis and all kinds of other health issues. Okay, let's see. In fact, he took a really bad fall the other day because he uses a walker, and um, he was trying to go outside with my mother-in-law to get some fresh air, and we could see on the ring camera he fell hard, real hard. And then my mother-in-law can't pick him up, so luckily the neighbors were close by, and they were able to help get him up. But yeah, it's good to know that it'll switch over to Social Security when he turns 65. God willing, he makes it to 65 because he's already been on dialysis. I want to say for 2 years, and it's hard on the body. It is so hard on the body. He gave it away. I had a Sienna years back. Camry, yeah, yeah. That Toyotas really do last a long time. Hondas too, and that's what my granddaughter got. She got a Honda. I could put the bow in her hair, but I think it's too big. I could put the bow on top of the shed. Let me see. I think I might put some enamel dots on here. These brown ones. So, we're lucky. We have, like my husband. My husband always reminds me we're blessed. Like I said, we're blessed. It might be that. Who knows? Hi, Melissa. Welcome, my friend. Where are you? There you are. Let's see. You have a 2010 and in the shop multiple issues. Yeah. Yeah. Well, the insurance is the killer part, guys. Oh, and then insurance in California has skyrocketed. I mean, I think most, if not all, the insurance companies have left California. And oh, you know what? I'm going to put an enamel dot here. That's going to be the handle of the door. Maybe I'll do a bigger one. And so it's very difficult to get insurance if you weren't already insured before they left. And it's very expensive to get insurance. So we're just lucky that the company we've been with for a long enough time that we're like grandfathered in, and we get the, what is it called? The loyalty discount. And which even then, last year is when they raised rates across the board to everyone in California. And it was something like an extra, I'm trying to think, extra $500 a year. It was outrageous. I couldn't believe it. And then I, shopped around for a cheaper insurance, and nope, we have the cheapest one in San Diego, in California. And even homeowners is near impossible to get. So unless you're grandfathered in. Should I add the bow, you guys, on top of the house, the shed, or just leave it as it is? Wish I had a tinier one. Can I make it tinier for her head? It's just every time I tug at it, it pulls back out. Could put it on her head. Whoops. Enamel dots flying. Move those out of the way. How are we doing on time, you guys? And I could make it just the bow or get rid of the tails, put it on her head. Oh, that's what I'll do. I'll get rid of the tails and I'll just put it on the back of her head. I want to make the tails just come out straight. We'll see. I brought it close to me to cut it, guys, because I'm trying to make sure I cut it evenly. Let's see. So if I get rid of that, make it just, I don't know, maybe that'll work. I have to bring in my lighter. So that the ends don't fray. Now I haven't set up my live streams for next month yet. I'll hopefully get that done today. I try and set them up the month before so that they're on there and you guys know when they are. But I'll try and get that done today so that and try and plan for what I'm doing. Oh, what did I do with my lighter? I have a lighter in here so that I can get the, oh, I hung it on my pegboard. I forgot. Ta-da! Okay, and then I'll be real careful. Just real fast there and make sure the fan doesn't blow it out. Then I could put it on her head, right? I need a glue dot though. Glue dots. Okay, where are we? Hey Jenna, how are you, my friend? I will be going to the post office today when we're done here. Yeah, it's the insurance. It's near impossible to live here. It really is. It's so sad because you know if you grew up here, like I'm a San Diego native. I've been here my entire life. I was born here. I was raised here. So to not be able to afford to live here, it's not fair, to be quite honest. And it's not that you know I'm not. I made a decent living, so we're lucky. Like I said, we bought before the rates got so, or the pricing of housing got so out of control, and that's why we won't sell because I could tell the kids can't buy anything. We're kind of stuck unless we move out of state. Then yeah, but I don't know. And we have the house in Arizona. We could just go over there, but I don't want to. I like my San Diego home. And not only that, our moms are still here, so we want to be close by in case they need us. Just in case. Always just in case. And the grandbabies are all here. So those are all like factors in our decision-making process. Ah, darn, I already added it. She has a bow. Oh, that's nothing. The one good thing in California is we have Prop 13 on our property taxes. So, when you buy your house, those are your property taxes for as long as you own your house. They don't increase. I mean, let me take that back. They're about to increase for us because the city of San Diego didn't used to pay for trash. It was part of our property taxes, but now they want to charge more because apparently they were charging was not enough. So they've increased it and it's going to go up. I think we're paying somewhere, which is nothing. I can't complain what we were paying before. It was less than $100 a year. And now it's going to be in the ballpark of $600 a year. So that's going to go up. But other than that, like the property taxes itself, those don't go up unless you sell and buy, and then you got to get or if I were to do like a remodel and have to get the house reappraised, if the house gets reappraised, then it goes on that that neopraisal. Alaska too, huh? Oh, my husband would love to move to Alaska. He loved it when we visited there. But anytime we go somewhere, oh, we should buy a house here. Oh, we should. And we're like, did you win the lottery? Because I can't buy houses everywhere we visit. All right, friends. Here's my card for today. Okay. So this was the Love from Lizzie. What's it called? Really Dig You kit. And then I did stamp on the inside. And I guess I could use the lines to just write a little message, right? I think that's a cute little card. And it's not A2. Let's see, how big is it? Where's my ruler? Excuse me. It is about about 4 inches tall, and let's see at its widest point, 3 3/4 inches wide. So it's not terrible. It's a nice, cute little card, I think. All right, friends, let me look at, I did, you know what, now that I remember, one of the days I was in bed, I started planning out my lives. So let me look at my calendar so I'll know what's next week. June, July. Okay, so next week, oh, okay. I haven't used the color cube in a while, so I'm going to use color cube next Monday. Okay, guys? So next Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific, I will use my color cube again, and we'll make something. Not sure what, but we will make something. And then I have a couple of other ideas for projects I can make that aren't necessarily cards, because I want to do like a little bit of other paper crafting, because I'll do that privately at home, but I don't necessarily do videos on it. So I'm thinking I want to do that too. And those, I don't know if I'll do videos or lives. I'm still kind of trying to plan them out and decide what would work best for my schedule, for my viewers. I want to make sure I don't just do this video that's haphazardly done. Because sometimes lately, the last video I did, I felt I did very haphazardly, and I wasn't feeling well. I was just trying to get it done. Okay, guys. Oh, mine are I think 2,400 a year, something like that. I don't know. It gets paid in my mortgage. It's part of the escrow, which, guys, I almost. So we paid off our Arizona house last year, at the end of last year, and I forgot that. Guess what? Now that the house is paid off, I was going to have to just go and pay the property taxes and the homeowner's insurance on my own, because it wasn't coming out of any escrow account. Thank goodness my mother-in-law had asked me about hers. She says, "Can you go online and pay my property taxes in April?" Yeah, let me do that. And then somehow it clicked. Oh my God, I haven't paid property taxes in Arizona. When are they due? Well, there they were due in March, but I think you had till May 1st as a grace period. And I think I paid them on April 30th. So it was like, I got that done just in time, which then triggered me remembering about my homeowner's insurance, which was also due in May. So I have that now on auto pay. So that should be taken care of. But that's something you have to remember to do once your house is paid off. You got to pay those things on your own. Oh, I'm all done, my friend. Thank you. Have fun. Have a great rest of your day. So before I go on a different topic, let me let you guys go. Thank you for being here. I truly appreciate you all. I have fun making this. This was I like the way it came out. I do. Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific time, we're going to play with a color cube, okay? All right, friends, have a great rest of your Monday and a great week. Bye.